Hi, today I want to introduce my yoga instructor, Ella. She will show us today the flow and stretching of your hips and hamstrings.
So this is good flow for anyone who needs to work out and also for athletes that are tight and need to reopen up their hips and their hamstrings. So we're going to get started on our backs today. Go ahead and lie down on your mat. And we're going to start in a pose called butterfly, or in yoga we know it as Supta Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet come together, the knees go out. You could take the hands in cactus. So just to relax the shoulders. She's pretty open, but if you're tighter and you feel pulling in the inner groins, you could take the feet farther away from you. If you're more open, you can take them closer as she has. If there's pulling or anything going on in the knees, you can take a block or two blocks and place them underneath the knees. And just allow yourself a couple of seconds, maybe close the eyes, take some exhales out of the mouth if you're coming to the mat with any problems of the day, as we sometimes tend to have. Just let this be your time when you release and relax. So in yoga, we very much use a breath called Ujjayi pranayama. It's just breathing up and down the spine. It removes impurities from the body. It keeps you focused, and hopefully you start to clear out the mind as well. So from here, just take the hands to the knees, draw the knees in, give yourself a hug. If the lower back feels tender, you could gently move side to side like Nikita's doing. And just to start to open up the hips, take the hands on top of the knees. Good. And take the knees out wide, making a full circle of the hips. Yep, so just full circle going out. Good. Just do this a couple times. If you wake up with a tight back, also great to do just in bed. Then she's going to switch direction, and so will you. If you have any old injuries acting up, just notice how they feel today. And getting into the ankles and hamstrings, take your feet straight up into the air. Good. And just start to flex and point the feet. Good. Wake them up. And also just remember, when you practice, try not to grip your feet. It's really hard to balance. Like you did with the knees, take the feet out wide, just the feet, so you're making a circle. And then start to switch directions. She's pretty open, but in class and at home, you might hear your feet clicking a little bit. Just start to stretch them out more. And then from here, redraw the thighs back to the chest. Good. And grab the outside of the feet, taking what we call a happy baby. Again, if the baby's not too happy, if your hips are tight, just gently move side to side in the spine. Try to keep the shoulders down the back. Good. And starting the active portion, remember to try to link the breath to the movement. Redraw the thighs back to the chest. Rock back and forth 3 times in your spine, just to massage it and wake it up. On the third one, you're going to come up to all fours. And starting with what we call cat-cow, spread your hands. You always want to see your mat between each fingertip, and this just goes to your spinal curve. So inhale, you're going to lift the chest up. Good. Then exhale, navel to the spine, push out of the floor, just protecting your lower back. Inhale, lift the chest. Good. Exhale, navel to the spine. Just 2 more. Inhale, chest up, zone into the breath. Exhale, round in, push out of the floor. Last one. Inhale, chest up. Good. Exhale, navel to the spine. And then come to a neutral position, tuck your toes. Take the right leg back on an inhale. Just straight behind you. Good. Exhale, knee to the nose. Push out of the floor, finding the same cat action. Good. Inhale, take the leg back. Exhale, take the leg to the right. Good. If this is too much, just bend out the knee. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, knee to the nose. Start to engage the core. Good. Inhale, take it back. Repeat. Exhale to the right. Remember, if it's too much, bend out the knee. Inhale, back. 1 more. Exhale, knee to the nose. Good. Inhale, take it back. Exhale to the right, and place the foot back down. From here, cat-cow, but turn your hands back this time. We used to rest so much, typing, texting. If they don't go all the way back, don't worry about it. Inhale, lift your chest up. Good. Exhale, round in. You know the movement, so deepen the breath. Inhale, lift the chest. Good. Exhale, push out of the floor. Inhale, chest up. Last one. Exhale, round back in. And then come to neutral, turn your hands forward. Spread the hands, keep the thumb and index down. She does a great job at this, but for a lot of us that tends to lift. Tuck your toes. Second side, take the left leg back, inhale. Keep the stomach in. Exhale, knee to the nose. Push out of the floor. Good. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, leg to the left. If it's too much, bend it. Good. Inhale, back. Exhale, knee to the nose. Push out of the floor. Inhale, take it back. Exhale to the left, pull the right side of the body back. Good, inhale back. Exhale, knee to the nose. One more, inhale back. Exhale to the left. Good, inhale, take it back. Place the foot down. And then step back into plank pose, top of a push-up. From plank, same thing, make sure you see the mat between each fingertip. Find the stomach in so the butt moves towards your heels. Press through the fingertips, downward facing dog. From down dog, if you're tight, you can keep bent knees the whole class if you need to, but just to stretch out the calves. Inhale, lift your heels up. Good. Exhale, press the right heel back, bend your left knee, so hamstrings and calves. Inhale, lift the heels. Good. Exhale, switch sides. And just one more round. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, right down. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, push the left heel. Good. Inhale, lift both heels up. Exhale, press both heels down, but remember if it's too much, bend your knees. Walk up to the front of the mat, forward fold. So you want to see the feet parallel. Start with bent knees because it's safer for your hamstrings. If you can't touch the floor, hands on blocks or hands on your shins if you don't have blocks. From here, inhale, extend halfway. Look at the mat so you focus your gaze. Exhale, fold back in. One more, inhale, halfway extend. Good. Exhale, refold. Press the feet down, inhale, rise. Good. Exhale to the heart. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold to your toes. Good. Inhale, chest forward. Step it back, plank pose, top of that push-up again. Warming up the shoulders, lower knees, chest, and then chin. Good. Inhale, cobra. Remember to push the thumb and index down. If you can, roll over your feet. Exhale, back to down dog. Good, Nikita. And then walk up to the front, forward fold. Just starting what we call a full straight A, warms up the whole body. Inhale, extend the chest. Good. Exhale, fold. Press the feet down. Inhale, rise. Look up to your thumbs. Exhale to the heart. Inhale, hands up. Reach forward, bend knees. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, chest forward. Step it back, plank pose. We're going to modify one more, and if you need to stick with the modification, do so. Lower knees, chest, and chin. Good. Inhale, cobra. Spread your feet. Good. Exhale, down dog. So you've been doing 2 full straight A's. You can stick with the modification or you can advance it a little bit like Nikita's going to do. So bend your knees, take an inhale, look where you want to land and lightly jump up to the front or walk up. Good. Inhale, chest forward, stomach in, exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, rise all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Adding on to this, inhale, chair pose. So just bend the knees like you're sitting into an imaginary chair, stomach in. Exhale, fold forward to the toes. Inhale, chest forward. Step the right leg back. Hands either on the floor or on blocks. Bend the back knee till it almost touches the floor. Focus on lifting the chest up. Inhale. Good. Exhale, fold and straighten out both legs. Good. Inhale, bend the knee almost till it touches so you feel the back leg stretch. Exhale, fold from your core. 2 more. Inhale. Now that you know the rhythm, focus on the breath. Exhale, fold from the core. Good. Inhale. I do this movement every day. Exhale, fold. Great for hips and hamstrings. Inhale, high lunge, so just bend the front leg. Nope, just right here. Good. And then fold forward to the front, hip distance. Good. Inhale, extend the chest. Notice the difference in the legs. Exhale, refold. Inhale, rise, breathe, look up. Exhale to the heart. Good. Inhale, chair pose. Try not to stick your butt out, but pull your stomach in, shoulders down. Exhale, fold forward to your toes. Good. Inhale, chest forward. Left leg back. Hands on the floor. Remember, blocks are very helpful. Almost touch the knee. Lift the chest up. Feel the back stretch. Exhale, fold from the core. This is hamstrings. Inhale, bend. Very much about the hip. Exhale, fold. Good. 2 more. Inhale. Breathe up the spine. Exhale, fold. Good. Last one. Inhale. Lift the chest. Exhale, refold. Good. Inhale, high lunge. Just bend the front leg only. Good. Fold forward to the front, hip distance. Inhale, extend. Feel the legs. They should feel more open. Exhale, refold. Inhale, rise. Look up. Stay focused to the gaze. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, chair pose. If you're more open, sit a little bit deeper than you like to. Good. Exhale, fold forward to your toes. Inhale, chest forward. Step back into plank pose. So you can either modify to the knees, chest, chin, or go forward more. Good. Elbows back, full chaturanga. Good. Inhale, cobra. So that's the yoga push-up version. Spread the toes like she's doing. Exhale, downward facing dog. So you're either going to walk up to the front, or remember you're going to do a light little hop. So bend the knees, jump forward. Good. Inhale, extend the chest. Exhale, refold. Good. Inhale, rise all the way up, lift your gaze. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold, stomach in. Good. Inhale, chest forward. Step left leg back. So you have hips, which is good. Give them space. Walk the right foot to the right. Hands to the inside. She can bring her forearms down, but remember, maybe you can, so you can stay up on the hands or a block. She loves this pose, I think. She looks comfortable. I do not, so I rock back and forth. So mentally, I stay present with my breath. Good. And just always want to make sure, she's great at this, but that the knee's not going over the heel, so the knee's safe. The knee gets quite sensitive in poses like this. So slowly come up to your hands. Bring your back knee down, right hand to the outside. Start to straighten the front foot, flex it. So now you're in your hamstrings. Flex the foot and then add in shoulder. So inhale, lift your right hand up to the ceiling. Good. Exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, left hand up. Good. Exhale, lower back down. One more. Inhale, remember to keep the front foot flexed. Exhale, lower. Left hand, inhale, lift the chest. Good. Exhale, lower. High lunge, so bend the front leg. Good. Lift the back. And then forward fold, hip distance. Inhale, halfway extend. Good. Exhale, refold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale to the heart. Inhale, hands up. So remember, exhale, fold. You can do plank, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, or plank and then lower, or jump into chaturanga from here. So she's going to bend her knees, her hands are flat, and off she goes. Good, nice. Inhale, cobra. She landed very quietly. You might not have. Exhale, down dog, but that's okay. That can be your work. Good. In down dog, always make sure that the heels take your legs hip distance. They disappear out of your vision. They tend to go in towards one another. I call it the Charlie Chaplin. It hurts your lower back, so keep them parallel. You can walk, or she's going to bend her knees, look forward. Exhale, jump up. Good. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, refold. Inhale, rise, look up. Then bring your hands to the hips. Bend your knees and step or jump to your right. So make sure you have a long enough stance. Take the hands out. Good. Inhale, lift your hands up. Exhale, interlace the hands behind you. Good. Use a strap, or if you don't have anything, hold on to your elbows. Lift the chest up, and then fold forward to the toes. This is so much in the hamstrings, so if you're tight, maybe bend your knees. She's been working on her hamstrings for a while. Otherwise, make sure the feet are parallel, the kneecaps lift to the quads, and your butt is your highest point. And then imagine, unless you have a buddy, a friend at home that can help you, think of the butt staying high. On exhale, start to lower the hands towards the floor. Not like you're in a wrestling match, but just like breathing and trying to open the shoulders. Good. When I do long drives, this is usually the first pose I do getting out of the car. It just hits so many body parts. It's wonderful. Then release the hands down. Gonna take triangle, so lift your chest halfway. Turn your right foot so it faces the back of the mat. Good, turn it forward all the way. Yeah, and then turn your back foot in about 30 degrees. Nope, other way. Good. And then right hand to the outside flat, triangle pose, so straighten out your leg. Good. So if the hand doesn't touch the floor, I prefer you bring the floor up to you by using a block. But if that's not realistic, then grab your shin. Right shoulder moves back, right hip moves back. She's great at this, but people tend to stick their butt out a lot, so you collapse. 5, kneecaps always lift up. Good, breathe. 4, great pose for your hamstrings, especially if you have sciatica pain, it starts to release it. 3, and a little bit of the hips. With the chest extending, you get a nice shoulder stretch. 2. Good, then pretend someone's pulling you up. 1, lift all the way up. Good. Place the feet parallel again. Hands on the hips. Turn your left foot to face the front of the mat. Turn your right foot in about 30 degrees. Reach your hands out, inhale. Exhale, reach for the floor, warrior block, warrior shin, triangle. Good. Try not to grip your feet, you're gonna feel off balance, so I wear a size 9. I just think of using my whole foot. 5. She looks down, which I love. Both her and I are tight in the shoulders and overstressed. 4, kind of like holding the jaw and the tension in the neck. Most people do. 3, so a lot of times you'd see someone look up in a pose, but for your neck, maybe look down and see how your body might like it a little bit more. 2, her top hand is strong, reaching for the ceiling. She's a great student, she's learned well. So look for these things at home yourself. She's gonna push down, 1, rise all the way back up. Good, parallel the feet again. Hands on the hips. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, fold forward to your toes. Probably one of my favorite stretches. Take your left hand down underneath your left shoulder or a block. Good. Lift your chest halfway. Turn your right toes out 45. Good. So the right toes point to the back left corner of your mat. Bend your right knee. Good. And take the right hand to the right thigh. Good. Lift up a little bit higher because most people are not as open as you. So make sure your left foot's parallel and the kneecap lifts up. This is very much about your hamstring. I feel it in the inner groin. This is very much about your hip. So let's say if you want to get to lotus pose, great prep pose for it. If you're not looking to do lotus, it's great to feel open in the hips and the pelvic floor. You can stay here however long you need to, especially if you maybe have a 9 to 5 and you're at a desk. Get up, do a stretch. Your body will thank you. We're gonna move to the other side. So from here, both hands down, inhale, chest forward. Turn your right foot parallel. Exhale, fold as deep as you can. Good. Inhale, lift halfway up. Switch, turn your left toes out 45. Take the left hand to the left thigh. Good. Right hand underneath the shoulder or a block. She's more open. She could bring the right forearm down if she wants to. Take the right hand forward. And just for purposes, bring your right forearm down for a second so they could see if they need to advance it. Good. So when you're pushing the arm to the thigh, the knee moves out, and that's great. Again, make sure the knee is not going over the heel. It's just right underneath it. And I usually have to check, am I holding my jaw? Am I tensing where I'm tight in the inner groins? So whenever you feel tension, start to observe it. Go back to your breath. Good. And then draw the shoulders away from your ears. Nice. From here, parallel the feet again, hands down, inhale. Exhale, fold as deep as you can. Good. Inhale, halfway extend. And then turn both toes out about 45 degrees. Bend the knees. Good. Bring the hands to the heart. So you want to think of the knees pushing out to the back of the mat. Stomach pulls in, press into the hands, lift your chest. If this is a hard pose, rather than coming out, just move side to side. 4, at home, that's what I have to do. I'm pretty tight here. 3, sit a little bit deeper. Good. 2, chest up. It's almost over. Take a deep inhale up the spine. Exhale, parallel your feet and fold. Inhale, halfway extend. Hands on the hips, screw down, rise, step or jump, front of the mat. Good. Inhale, lift the hands. We're just gonna throw this in for fun. Exhale, fold. Good. So we're gonna try pose called Bakasana that requires open hips. Inhale, chest forward. Watch Nikita and then try it. So she's gonna spread her hands like she has been doing flat on the ground. Your hands are acting like your feet. Good. She's gonna take her knees into her armpits, right where she would place on her deodorant. Don't go to the kitchen and grab your cookie, you're almost done. So try Bakasana and then you can have a cookie after. She's gonna go forward, and if you're freaking out, that's normal. Maybe stay or pick up one leg, try picking up both legs, good job. Push out of the floor, and then she drops into Chaturanga. I wouldn't suggest jumping into Chaturanga like she did right away unless you're feeling extra courageous that day, but good job, Nikita. Downward facing dog, good. So you can try that a couple times. Walk up to the front of the mat, good. If the hips are not open, to get there, here's a great stretch for it. So squat into Malasana, yogic squat, this one, good. So I often just do everything in a squat. It's just such a great way to open up the pelvic floor, the hips, the knees. So start to add it in more. The more your practice grows, the more you need strength, but you also need flexibility. So to get the knees in the armpit in Bakasana is quite hard. So this is a great prep for it, but just in general, try to squat. Good. And then you could try Bakasana. We're going to start to cool down. So from here, she's just going to lie down on her back. And then we're going to take something called thread and needle, which will also help open the hips in a really good way. So bend your left foot. Good. Take your right ankle on top of the left thigh. Good. And for most people, this is a good place to be. Just take the right hand and push your right thigh out. She's more open and she knows the pose. If you want to keep going, draw the left thigh to the chest and take your hands to the hole. Behind the hamstring, like she just did, it's better on the body. The body's more forgiving on you. On top of the shin, it's harder. Flex the foot. Good. And the body loves pleasure, so it will love that cookie, but it doesn't really like pain. So if the hip is tight, it wants to avoid the stretch. The way it does that is taking the knee towards the shoulder. So you always want to think of taking whatever part of the arm you can and just starting to push the knee out. If you had someone at home, she could take this foot, or you could push it against someone and start to push this away. Now notice the shoulders or the jaw, if they're getting tight, can you relax? This is where exhales out of the mouth may help. Just saying a positive mantra, like being grateful that you have all of your body parts and you get to work on them. You could do this just as its own stretch for 3 to 5 minutes. From here, getting into the hamstrings, right foot down. Take the left leg up into the air and grab, right leg up into the air. Yep, grab behind the hamstring or the calf. So if you're really tight and you're using the shoulders a lot and it's affecting you and you had a strap, just take the strap to the ball of the foot. Good. From the shoulder to the elbow, bring it down so you're not affecting that. Good. And you could do this again for 3 to 5 minutes. I like this like bent versus straight because it gives you more space and more of a chance to open up the lower back. And then from here, extend this leg. If you have a strap, use it. Hold on to the strap with just your right hand. Good. Take an inhale. Just with the left hand. Take an inhale and exhale, twist to the left, scoot the butt to the right. So if your foot didn't touch at home, you'd want to place a block underneath it, just because it's safer for the lower back. Keep the head to the left to release the neck. Good. And then just imagine, unless you have a buddy, they're just pulling the hips slightly forward, creating more space in the spine. So you could also place a block there if you had someone. Think of the hip going away as the shoulder goes down towards the mat. Again, this whole sequence can take 3 to 5 minutes. It's a good amount of time for the body to open. This twist also starts to get into the IT band, so if you're a runner, good for it, piriformis. Try never to jerk coming in and out of a pose, so engage your core. Take an inhale back to the center. And then switch sides, move the strap aside if you had it. Right foot goes down bent. Good. Left foot goes on top, thread a needle. Stay. Remember, if you're tight, just push the left thigh out with the left hand, or like she just did, hands to the hole. So the body might feel the hip opening, and you might not like it, but you're the boss. So take the part of the arm you can, and push your left knee away. Good. I'm going to help her because I'm here. Shoulders down. Keep the foot flexed, it's just better for the knee. So this whole sequence, I'll often do it even in bed. You can do the stretching part before bed, when you get up, especially if you have back pain. It's just taking the time to reopen, and back pain will open and fix if you open up your hamstrings and your hips like we've been doing. Good. From here, place your right foot down. Take the left leg up into the air. You can give her a strap. She doesn't really need it, but it's here. Good. Shoulders and elbows down. And then you just want to think of the hip, in this case is the left one, going away from you. So I'm just gently pulling her hip towards me. Remember, if the hamstrings are tight, bend. Just bend at the knee. You would rather be safe and take time to open. Good. Just make sure you drop the shoulders, you release. And then she's going, and you are 2, start to extend the right leg. Hold on to the strap with the right hand. Take an inhale, exhale, twist across. So remember a block if it doesn't touch. Her ankle and her knee are in the same line, which is really great. She releases the left hand. Keep the gaze to the right. So think at home the same action of your hip going away from you. So even though we're working on the lower part of the spine, your whole spine came to your mat together. So you're going to open up the shoulders as well. The neck gets a break, which is why it's great to look to the side you're twisting. And then remember the shoulder action is just going towards the mat. If you have someone that could gently push down. And if you have more time, like I said, add this in 3 to 5 minutes each cooling, stretching sequence. Then engage the core. Good. Come back to the center. We're going to take the legs up into the air. Good. She's fine with this, and it's a pose we do regularly, hands in cactus to release the shoulders. A lot of people cannot maintain this, so at home, same thing, you should do this pose every day. You have a wall, so 3 to 5 minutes. I like to stay in it for about 10. So if at home this isn't working, here's your wall. If you want to just stay in the middle, you could separate the legs hip distance or bend the knees. If it gets really hard, you could just take the strap and hold on with the strap. Good. I always give students 3 options when they're starting to cool down. So if you want to stay relaxed up at the wall at home and you have 5-10 minutes to dedicate to it, stay there, especially if you stand all day, if you wear high heels. Great way to switch your blood flow. You can take what we call Shavasana, the resting pose, where you can always stay up for meditation. From here, draw the thighs back to the chest. Good, give yourself a hug, so take the hands on top of the knees. Good. So that was pretty much hamstrings, the legs up, just starting to release the hip flexors, return to happy baby, which is what you did when you started. So grab the outside of the feet, pull the knees towards the floor. Good. If this is not happening for you, you could take 2 straps and strap your feet, or 2 towels, 2 belts. And redraw the thighs back to the chest. We're just going to take a quick Shavasana. I know Nikita struggles with a little bit of tightness in the hamstrings and lower back, so if you have what we call bolster for support, it'd be great to use it. So extend the legs forward. The bolster would just go right underneath your knees. Good. And do what feels right with the hands. Classically, we would place the palms up, but sometimes I like the hands overhead. If to the belly feels better, do that. Close the eyes down. If you have more time to dedicate to rest and Shavasana, please stay. Otherwise, just start to bring the awareness back to the breath. Scan check the body and notice how you feel now versus when you started. Take the hands overhead if they're not, interlace them. Just stretch the body end to end as if you're just waking up from a nap. Roll over to any side that feels right for you in a fetal position. If you want to stay there and rest in a fetal position, you can. Otherwise, press up to a comfortable seat. Good. Close the eyes, sit up tall. Notice how you feel. And just remember, you will always have a problem of the day. And it will go away. Observe the mind, try not to react. Go back to feeling out the body. Go back to feeling the breath. Bring the hands to the heart. Bow the head inwards. Good. Be grateful for your life. Good work today. Namaste.
Namaste.
Good job.
Oh, thank you so much. I hope guys this was very helpful. Bye, see you next time.